Hey guys, welcome to the makeup video. I've never done one of these before, so this should be quite interesting. So I'm just going to jump right in. So moisturising, this is really good to help your makeup stay on your face, really good for your skin. Then going to go in with the P. Louise base and pop this all over the eyelid. This really helps with eyeshadow and helps your eye makeup really stick to your lid without it creasing. Really recommend this base, it's absolutely amazing. Then in with the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, using a warm tone to just sort of act as a crease sort of colour, and again just putting this all over the eyelid and blending as so. And then going in again with another dark colour, and this is going to go on the outer corner of the eyes. This just helps deepen up your sort of crease area and gives your eye that sort of smoky look, and really helps deepen in that crease colour. Okay, so then I'm going to go in with a sort of pencil brush and pop this into a burgundy colour from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I sort of put this on the outer corner of my eyes. It just really helps deepen the look and really bring the smokiness and draw your face out. It's really good if, like me, you don't really have very almondy eyes and you want to make them look longer. So I sort of kind of make a little wing with this. So yeah. Okay, so then just going in with a sort of taupe colour, a smoky brown colour from the Jaclyn Hill palette again, and I'm just going to pop this into the corner of my eye, outer corner of my eye, and just blend this out just to deepen that outer crease corner. Okay, and then just again going over the edges of the eyeshadow with a massive fluffy brush that I used earlier. When I was doing my makeup in the mirror, these lines to me looked very harsh, so I thought I'd blend them out because we do not want any unblended line. And then again here, just going over that burgundy sort of shadow eyeliner that I'm making just to sort of define it a bit more. I tend to do this when I'm doing my makeup. I sort of do it in layers. So I start off really lightly and then get deeper, because I always find if you go too deep, too hard, it's almost impossible to get the dark colours out. And then going in with two sort of smoky browns from a different Morphe palette and a sort of round brush, just going in to start defining and making that crease a bit more deeper and a bit smokier. Okay, the next step, we're going to use a P. Louise base again, and I'm going to be doing a cut crease. Now, this is my favourite kind of thing to do with my eyeshadow. It's quite hard and you have to have a very steady hand and you have to be patient with yourself. So I just dip into this. It's the same that I used for the base of my eyes, and then I just sort of go above my pupil and then place it on the centre of my eyelid and then sort of look up, blink down, don't know why I'm moving my head. And then I sort of just make a little semicircle with this on my eyes and just drag it into that inner corner of my eye and just really just fill it out. So this is gonna make the inner corners of my eyes stand out, and it's going to accentuate the smokiness of the outer corner of the eye. I love this look and I see so many makeup artists do it, and it's really, really effective if you want that glam sort of smoky makeup. I just love it. Okay, and then just to set that cut crease, I'm going to use a very light skin tone eyeshadow and a white. Gonna mix these together with a flat brush and just go over that, and being careful not to smudge it. This just, I find, really sets it and just keeps it in place and stops it from creasing, and just makes it look a bit brighter, which is what we want. Okay, so then with another tightly packed round brush, I'm going to dip into a sort of peachy pink, and I just put this sort of on the middle of my eyelid, just sort of at the end of the base, the cut crease base that I've popped on. This just makes it a bit pink, adds a bit of colour, and just adds a bit more dimension to the look, makes it a bit more fun. On camera, it looks a bit naff, but in person, it was a lot brighter. My lighting's not very good, but yeah, it's a nice little pink warmy look. Also, just excuse my dancing here. Absolutely singing, clearly just enjoying myself. And then going over that eyeliner again with the same burgundy colour and pencil, just to reinforce it. Then going on to mascara, I always lay mascara down before put my lashes on. I just find if I have mascara on, it really helps hold the lashes on my eyes, if that makes sense. Be careful though not to get mascara on your eyeshadow, because that would be the worst. Okay, and then voila, mascara is down, and then we move on to concealer and the skin. So this is the Revolution Concealer in C7, and I just put this not directly under my eyes, just a little bit under my eyes, because I find that my eyes crease if I put too much right under. Do a little moustache to highlight the top of my lip, and then I use the darker Revolution concealer to contour areas that I want to look smaller. So I just put this on my forehead, around my cheeks and around my chin, and a bit on my nose. I'm not very good at nose contouring, but you know, a girl's got to try. And then pop it around my chin and my cheeks. And then moving on to foundation, using the NARS Sheer Glow in the shade Barcelona. I just pop this where I haven't put any of the contour or highlighting concealer, just to cover the rest of my face. So yeah, ooh, little dance there, Natalie, brilliant. And then I just blend this all in, started to use the foundation brush, and then used a fluffy dense brush, because I just find this is so much quicker and just gets the job done. So just make sure it's already blended in, and there's no streaks or sort of marks around your face. And then lip care, I always use a Cherry Carmex. It's literally my life. If you know me, I love Carmex. And then onto contouring, so I'm using the Kat Von D Shading Light palette. I've had this palette for years and I probably need a new one. I just use the medium colour, and I just tend to contour my cheeks. I sort of try and go with the natural contours of my face, hence why I'm doing lots of weird angles and lots of funny faces. And then I sort of contour my forehead to make that look smaller, and it just sort of sets all the creamy concealers and foundations that we've already laid down. And it just sort of starts to define your face. As I said, I like doing my makeup in layers, so I start off really light and then I get darker. I often find if you go in too heavy at first, it's really hard to erase it, so always go light, start lighter and then get darker eventually. Yeah, I'm contouring like near my eyes. It sort of brings out the smokiness a bit more. As you can see, the look is coming together a bit more now. And then I'm just hollowing out my cheeks and going in areas where I find I really just need a bit more deepness of colour and just a bit more contouring, just to really sort of snatch that face and get it all down. So then we're going in with the Laura Mercier setting powder, translucent one. I literally pack this in the inner corners of my eyes, as you'll see. My eye does this really funny thing. And then I put it on the outer corner of my eye, just like so. I make so much mess, but it honestly, this is one of the things you need in your makeup routine. It just changes everything. If you've got oily skin like me, it just helps keep all those oils at bay and without you looking too matte or cakey. So yeah, so this is a really, really good powder, really good trick. I also put this underneath Oh, I'm just blending it in there. I also put this underneath my nose to set that, because that's the area I want to highlight. It helps make your lips look bigger. And then I also put it underneath my contour from my smile line, sort of towards my ears. This really defines the contour and it makes your face look bigger in those areas, so I really love that. Okay, so after baking and after making a mess of myself, I'm then going to put my lashes on. I just used some cheap £2 ones from Savers, just some sort of natural wispy looking ones, nothing too dramatic because this is not that dramatic look. So just pop the glue on, make sure it's evenly coated within the whole lash band, and then I go to just pop them on. Just sort of start by placing it in the middle of my eye and then pressing down and holding it in each corner of my eye, and then going on to use tweezers to just help clamp this down. I also clamp my eyelashes and the lashes together just so you can't see any gaps, and just so that they stay better on my eye. So I'm just making sure that's really stuck to my eyes, that my natural lashes and the lashes are sort of clamped together, so they all sort of join as one. And then I remove all of the excess baking powder on my face with a very large fluffy fan brush that very cheap. I got it online, and you can find these anywhere, probably on the Morphe store. Really, really good. Okay. And then I go on and stick the other lash on the other eye. You can't really see because I have to be looking in the mirror. But then I go on to use a MAC powder, it's like a foundation powder, just put this all over my face. And then I go in and do some more contouring, as I said, just to sort of bronze the face up, give it a bit more colour, a bit more depth, and I'm just sort of doing this a bit more playfully and putting it everywhere on my chin. Really good tip if you want to sort of hide a double chin, contour your jaw because it will reduce the look of a double chin. It's really good. Okay, and then just making sure the eyelashes are stuck down, and like what I said, use my fingers to clamp them. Then moving on to brows, I use the Anastasia pomade dip, and I use a cornered angled brush to do my eyebrows. I just flick through them with a little spoolie just to separate all the hairs so I can just fill in the gaps, and I just follow the natural shape of my brow, sort of focusing more, filling in on the underneath, and just making sure that they are filled in properly and look nice and fluffy. So you can also fill your brows in either with a pencil or with a sort of dark eyeshadow, works just as well. And then I do the same on the other eyebrow. Eyebrows are sisters, not twins. I know they look a bit different. I always struggle with this. I always find that they just always look different as much as I try. And then going on to just conceal and carve around the eyebrows. This just makes them a bit more defined, and goes with your natural contours of your face. It just makes the eyebrows pop a bit more. I always put a bit under the arch and a bit of concealer, like a lighter concealer, around the top bits of my brows, and I blend this out so they look more carved out and they look more just sort of photo finished. Okay, and then going on to my favourite step of makeup routine, and that is blush. I literally go ham on this blush palette, and you can see all the particles flying everywhere. Such a waste, but I love it. I just sort of pop this on the apples of my cheeks and then work my way outwards. I love blush. I used to hate it, but it makes your face have so much life, and it honestly just creates that really dolly, glammy look, and I love it. I put a bit on my forehead and my nose just to sort of give my face a bit more life. And then I go in and just going to put a brown eyeshadow just underneath the eyes, just to smoke them out a bit and just draw the eyeshadow look in together. Do this on both eyes so they're just sort of more drawn out and more smoky. I don't put this on the inner corner of my eye, I just stick to the outer corner, and then I'm just tidying that up with a bit of a concealer on a brush. So I'm such a poser. I love singing to the music and dancing. So I just set in my face now with the MAC Fix Plus Setting Spray, then using the MAC lip liner in Spice, and I start from the middle of my cupid spray and work my way out. I always overline my lips. I love having bigger lips, and I just love the look. I just really think it suits me. And then I just make the inner corners of my mouth or my bottom lip and top lip darker, because I really want to try and create that ombre look with my lips. And then I draw a sort of line down the middle just to contour them, and then I go over with the Soap and Glory lip gloss. This one plumps your lips, it's in the lightest colour, and it sort of creates that ombre lip look, as you can see, and creates a bit more glam. So this is the finished makeup look, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.